right, you guys, just give me 1 second. Welcome, good evening. Glad to have you guys here and all that good stuff. We are streaming live, so good evening. It is now 7:01 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me and so forth, so forth. So, 1 second. We are going to be talking about, we ended off talking about. All right, you guys, just give me 1 second. Welcome, good evening. Glad to have you guys here. All that good stuff. We are streaming live, so good evening. It is now 7:01 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm so glad that okay, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so I just want to make sure that we are running correctly, okay? So, okay, just in case you guys, we were having some technical difficulty for the first few moments, so I do apologize on that. So, once again, welcome, good evening. It is now 7:06 p.m. I was a little bit late. You did hear me in the beginning. My name is Amelia Bryant. Regardless of the titles that I carry on my life, I am still human. I'm a friend, a neighbor. Welcome. God bless you all. May you guys had a wonderful, may you still be having a wonderful Saturday. I don't know if you're having a rainy, cold day where you're at. It's kind of chilly here where I'm at in the South, but we are going to keep it warm by good conversations, positive minds, and all that good stuff, right? Right. Okay. So we left off about healthy emotions, and I had some tools that I wanted to talk about. I know I told you I was going to talk about sin consciousness and things of that nature, about living in a healthy emotion, all that wonderfulness, the keys to a healthy emotion. You know, we have to remember sometimes that we're not alone on this, and we surrender a lot of things off of us. You know, God is the only is the one who helps us along the way. You know, a lot of us just think humans can help us, but everybody's going through something. When we surrender ourselves in prayer, exercising prayer and will in our willpower to spiritualness, it really does help a lot. Okay, so I'm going to read some things first, but I want to say in the beginning, let's thank our ancestors. Let's thank the Most High God for being here. We made it another day. Bless the ones who have transcended into a higher realm. May they be walking peace, and may they rest with God. And for us that's here still on this lower realm, on this earth, may we bring heaven on earth. May we open doors for abundance and prosperity and freedom in our lives. And I just want to say blessings to you once again, that I love you. If no one hasn't told you today that you are loved, I love you. Know you're loved, know your victory, know you're a conqueror, know everything around you can be broken and can change. And you are authentic, and you are worth every minute, every second, every moment of your life. So blessings and all those things. Okay. So, all right. I wanted to read something about the authentic self real quick before we go into the emotional health. All right. Let's see here. I had a lot of this stuff together, so don't mind me. All right. So being authentic is very important, okay? So the definition of authentic is bona fide, being real, genuine, literally self-authored or endorsed, okay? Authentic is genuine, literally self-authored or endorsed. Self is your physical or mental being with all its human and unique characteristics. Authentic self, the true you, aligned with self-image, stature, values, belief, goals, behavior, word, and public image. Okay, so becoming authentic, to become your authentic self, beginning to knowing yourself, understanding your human nature, what you can change and what you cannot, your own personality traits, learned behaviors, and your values, your beliefs, sense of justice, needs, goals, and motives. Integrate these to form your personal model for human interaction. Analyze the events, choices, and people who have contributed to your self spiral throughout your life. Understand that what guides you throughout your life, discovers your signature strengths and the basis of your true stature. Then applying those signature strengths toward your authentic goals, become an authentic person by allowing your self-image, stature, and public image. Have the courage to acknowledge your limitations and embrace, okay, make sure you're embrace your valuable self, embracing your valuable self. Gain the confidence to be humble, choose to be content, work toward integration, alignment, and of what your life is, your life values, beliefs, and actions. Express yourself authentically, do what you say, and do who you are. So, do what you say, do who you are. We always say, I'm going to do this, especially with your New Year's resolutions. You know, you're always like, yeah, I'm going to go work out and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But do what you say and mean what you say. Is that how we say it? Mean what you say, do what you say what you mean, and be who you really are, not in the face of someone else, but be who you really are, correct? Okay. So to understand the gap between who you are now and the authentic self you can be, begin by writing a list of words. This is a tool. Begin by writing a list of words that describe who you want to be, who you believe you can be. To get started, consider the list of traits, nouns, and traits adjectives. If these complete lists are overwhelming, use the shorter list of personality trait markers, including both adjectives and nouns. Concentrate on the words that describe who you are, not what you do. Now write down a separate list of words that describe who you are now. How many words are the same on both lists? How many are different? How closely do the lists compare? What changes do you have to make? Authentic people respond to their inner motives. They exercise anatomy, dismiss introjective regulations, and choose among the motives available to them. Their thoughts, beliefs, words, and actions originate deep from within and true and secure enough to resist destructive eternal pressures. The result is genuine, quiet, deep, vitalized, serene, and lasting fulfillment and confidence without anxiety, self-doubt, or other sources of stress. Okay? So authentic people choose wisdom, well-founded beliefs, valid conclusions, purposeful actions, trust, placing needs ahead of wants, knowing when they had enough, balancing gratification with hedonism, nimble actions, treating others humanely, establishing relationships. We become authentic when the he or she's path we choose through life is with who they are. Okay. The alignment essentials is authentic persons is illustrated. Okay. So transformation. Be impeccable with your word. Carefully examine what you tell yourself, what you tell others, and when you decide to speak, use the word consistently to express the strength of your values. Don't employ or overlook factual errors or fallacies or distortions during communications. Express yourself authentically. Earn trust. Do what you say. Don't take anything personal. It is not all about you. Reject the fallacy of personalization. Rely confidentiality on your own well-founded self-concept. It is the only evaluation of your worth that matters. Challenge and balance your first-person viewpoint. Don't make assumptions. Suspend judgment. Readily acknowledge what you do not know and have the courage to ask the question. We have a problem with that sometimes as adults, as teens, as however. We're quick to judge. It's not, we think it's always all about us. You know, we just do so much. It's a lot of work we got to work on, you guys. So have the courage to ask questions, carefully examine the evidence, don't attribute intent to others, retain a healthy skepticism as you avoid negative boundaries, develop and refine, and constantly apply your own well-founded theory of knowledge. Okay, always do your best. Do all you can while you recognize you can't do it all. Do your best and recognize you can't do it all. Instead of having the ego, erasing God out or allowing God in, you know, you allow God in to help, but you're erasing God out with the ego or earth God only. You're not even being your higher self. You're just being earthly. And you think, I am the king of the world or queen of the world. I can do it all by myself. Do all you can, meaning you could do so much. You only have two hands. You only have one body. You know, you got to start, we all got to start having a balancement, a schedule, order, discipline in our lives. And recognize I can't do it all. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no sometimes, because we always, every time we say yes and yes, 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 it can, it's because you don't want no one mad at you. You don't want nobody talking about. That's not running away from the problem. You're just trying to shut somebody up. And now is the time to, like, right now, no, I have to balance myself out. This is the time, you guys. This is the year. This is, I don't care when you start this, when you want to do it, but let it be this year. Don't wait till New Year's and say I'm going to change. Do it now. Now. If you know you're worth every minute, every second, every moment of your life, do it now, please. Now, do not wait. Okay, I encourage you to. You don't have nothing to lose but all to gain and change. Okay, I know it could be scary. I know it could be a lot, but you guys can do this. Okay, um, all you can do is all you can do. Remember that. All I can do is all I can. All you can do is all you can do. When you have truly done your best, I mean your very best, and there is no reason for shame. Shame. Once again, I'm going to say yes to everything somebody always asks me to do, because I don't want the shame and embarrassment, and I don't want nobody mad at me. I don't want a guilty conscience. I don't want to feel bad. Every time someone says something to you and you end up turning around and saying no, the next thing you know, you are literally, in shame and guilt. You just, it's not even you. You're in one of yourself self. You're abandoning yourself. You're real you. You actually just put a self weakness in you. Okay. And that's what people play off of you on. They're pulling and pushing on you because you allow that to happen. So whose accountability is that? It is yours. Okay. So basically, it's okay to goof off if you do your best when it matters the most. Apply your time and effort towards your well chosen and enduring goals. Let me explain that. Let me say that again. Apply your time and effort toward your well chosen and enduring goals. Apply, once after I do this broadcast, I would love to hear you. If you're on my Facebook, if you're on Reflection Talk Radio page, please, 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 please. I don't care. I do care. See, I'm learning that. I do care. I want to hear from everyone, even on the comments below this after this broadcast. I don't, meaning when I say I don't care, please just do it. I want to know how many of you. I just want you to say, that's me at this time. That's what I want you to say. No, it's not me. I do, and they do not. So if you guys can do that for me, that shows me. We could talk about that. That lets me know who is really. We really don't have enough time. We think time goes so fast, and we always say there's not enough time in a day. And oh my goodness, the months are going fast. Sometimes it feels like everything's going so fast. And why is it going so fast? And then sometimes it's just really slow, and you're at work like, oh no, like Mondays is slow days for people, and the rest of the day, the rest of the week, oh, it's hump day, all these different things, because we've been channeled to think like that. But you can control your time, how you schedule your time, and how you discipline your life, and how you put things in order. God will give you that time. God will give you that time. Okay. And you can give yourself that time. So once again, apply your time. It's your time, you guys. It is your time for change. It is your time to make time for you. And even if you're married, it's time for still, you can work together. Work together, but also even in a relationship, you still gotta have time for individuality time, for time for your own self. Break from the children. Even ladies, I don't care if it's just sitting there listening to music, or taking a nice bath, or reading a book, or wanting to get back into you, get to really know you, because when you're married, and even when you're in relationships, it does take away time, because now you might have your stepchildren and your children. Believe me, I know these things. Even if it's you by yourself and you're single, you work all these 2 or 3 jobs, and then you want to go out in the weekend. That's still not enough time just for you to be at peace and sit still. Okay, you really, really got to sit still and be at still. Not saying just sit still, don't do nothing. relax and let things go. But apply your time and effort towards your for your well-chosen and enduring goals. Because there are a lot of mothers out here that are single mothers, single fathers, and this goes for the men too, that we feel we don't have enough time because all the children. If you have time to get a babysitter to go out, you have time to do some goals and change your life around. Don't you want that freedom of debt? Don't you want that freedom of abundance and that freedom of prosperity? It's right there at your hand, at your helping hand. Everything is in your hands. God is there to aid you. You know, we always put it on someone else. Every time we put our life in somebody else's hands, what happens? What happens? You know, you got to ask that question. What does happen, right? All right. So make sure you your time, even if there's husband and wife time, and it's your time, and there's job time, there's children time, but you still need me time, because everyone has weight on them. Everyone has mirrors from everything in this world. Okay, so the effort toward your well-chosen and enduring goals. What are your goals? What are your whys? What are your passion? Please don't say, oh, I'm 50 something years old, or age, I'm 60 something, or oh, my back, my neck. Even if you're not able to work a job, what are your passions? You still are able to use your hands to cultivate things, to make things happen, to bring things to life. You could write a book. You can do anything. Never a no, unless you put in your mind. We're trying to get our minds clear here of the no's, okay? And oh, by the way, tomorrow tomorrow night when I'm on, we are going to do some exercises, some affirmations. So I would like y'all to join. Even if I can't hear you say them, I would love for you to join and join that with me. Okay, we'll do affirmations, so you'll be right at home doing affirmations on Sunday, and it's going to be a great thing. Okay, so that was always do your best and make sure that you apply your time and effort toward your well-chosen, enduring goals. Okay, great. So when you understand and accept these agreements, you can begin the hard work of transformation, the journey towards your authentic self. Question your own long-held answers carefully. Examine each of your beliefs, your goals, your judgments, your rules, and decide if they are consistent with your 4 agreements. So your 4 agreements were, let me say it to you again. 1, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. 4, do your best, right? So those were your 4 agreements that are not consistent, and adopt your new values. Your new values, goals, beliefs, rules that support all 4 agreements. Eliminate your introjected regulations. Integrate these 4 agreements into your theory of knowledge. Consistently reprogram yourself until you have consistently kept the 4 agreements. Okay, so that was about being authentic, the authentic self. So I'll be glad to go over that if you want me to go over that again. But we are going to talk about too, real quick, about your sin consciousness, clearing your guilty conscience. 3 steps. 3 steps, my loves, 3 steps. Okay, so I'm going to read something, and then there's 3 steps I want to bring to you. Now, these 3 steps do have questions that I had researched on, and it made me some sense here. Okay, so there was this person that asked this question. So on this little paper that I have, it said, from the unknown God. It said, unknown God. This person asked, are you there? And God said, yes. The unknown said, I'm sorry, I'm messed up. God said, I forgive you. Unknown, I'm a mess. I'm sorry. God said, I love you. So for those of you that really think that you're by yourself, and I want to emanate this out right now, if you really think you're by yourself and there's no support in your walk, and that you can't change anything, you can. You can. You know, that sin consciousness and how the self-talk is with our mind, and then you have in the spiritual the enemy and the spiritual attacks, and God is right there through everything. Dude, please, I know it's hard. A lot of us, I've been there. God's not answering me. I don't know what's going on. The storm is so quiet. No one's not understanding me. Sometimes when we talk, and someone told me this, some people speak ordinary, some speak exceptional. And when you speak exceptional, it's different. It's foreign to someone, even though you speak in the same language in English, but your intellect or how you speak or how verbiage is coming out of you is totally different. Understand you were made perfectly made, and understand that your language or how you were made to be carried in your verbiage and how you carry yourself is way different from someone else. You might have something in common with someone or like-mindedness like someone, but understand you're still different. And sometimes people are like, I don't know what she's saying. She crazy and he cray, all this stuff, what people say. It's not about that. It's because it's not that they're ignorant. They lack in knowledge of wanting to know you, or wanting to know that you have elevated, or knowing that your light is different right at this time in that season. But their light their light can be, as I said the same at another video, people want your glory, but they don't understand your story, how you got there. They want your glory and their glory, and upon everyone's doing virtual infatuation and virtual image and want to be like someone else. But why can't you just be yourself? And that's what the whole key to this is bringing us to this time now on your own platform, in your Godship, where God has you in, and relationship back to the higher God and to yourself and into your faith. And it does, once again, this is your walk. This is your walk. All I am is a vessel, and have the passion to share what I've been, how God has shown me, and how I've been led to do this. And I have no problem, either if stones are thrown and stones or wind comes this way, I'm still going to stay focused, because I know someone out there needs me, and I know I'm assigned to someone. And each and every single one of us is assigned to a child, a teenager, a family. You don't know what it is unless you release unblock yourself from the past and watch. And I tell people, watch what happens when you start unleashing yourself. Watch when you start stepping more into yourself. Watch when you start having more relationship with the higher power, and watch what happens. I didn't say this was going to be an easy walk. There's steps to this. There's levels to this. There's levels to this, and you got to be game. This is not checkers. This is chess. You got to make sure you checkmate. You got to make sure you put them pawns in the right order, and you move them king and queens, because you are in your throne, and God has a throne alone that's within you, and he wants to remove all these things. He's there to help you and aid you, but it's up to you what you want to do. That's all I'm saying. This is all in your hands. Even if Emilia, aka Emmy Woo, still speaks to you, and I emanate any clarity to you, understand this, everyone, my loves, understand this. It still falls back to you. The hand, I can be pointing, and even what I'm saying to you, it goes back to me too. We're in this together. We're in this together, and that's what I'm about. That's my passion, doing this together. Building a nation, building the nation in you, so your community in you is completely right, so you can help the community on the outside and emanate that light. Okay? So the Lord will use situations to awaken ignored or unresolved guilt. So I'm going to bring this up about testing our willingness to come clean and clear a guilty conscience. So are you willing? Are you willing to get rid of your guilty conscience, your sin consciousness? Okay? Are you willing? And, you got to be willing. Now, if you take these steps to go, I'm willing, I want to do this, and you might inbox me and say, I'm willing. What is it? Implement tools. Can you help me? Can you help me? Give me the steps. And, once you say yes, I'm just like, remember you said yes. Are you sure? And if you kind of doubt it, I want you to inhale and then exhale, and really, if you're ready, be that trailblazer, and let's go. So if you're willing, then hey, it's all or nothing, right? So God brought to Joseph's family a famine that awoke their consciousness regarding a sin they had buried for 22 years. Okay, so it stated that truly we are guilty concerning our brother. What is this that God has done to us? And that was in Genesis 42, 22, 28. It's amazing how God can get our attention. So the father may remove what he had gave, money, possessions, even family, to get us to a place where we are willing to listen to him and to come clean with sin we've buried. We'd rather try to live with a guilty conscience than to face the pain of accountability and confession. So that's what we do to ourselves, right? Instead of confessing it and taking accountability, we want to bury under the sin consciousness, right? And which causes more barriers such as self-abandoning, self-delusional, refraction of so many different types of refraction. And I'm going to read what refraction is. It is reflective, I'm saying that right. Bodies, we do that with our mind. It is so much. So I'm going to read what it actually is in a minute. Okay. Basically, we rather just bury it, but really it's not burying it. We're eating away at it. So we're eating away at it. We're eating away inside of us. It's just now it's adding anger, and then your husband's wondering, or your wife is wondering what's wrong with him, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend's wondering what's wrong with him, and your friends are wondering what's wrong with her, or your homeboys are wondering what's wrong with him, and then the teenagers, oh, what's wrong with? I don't want to be around. What's wrong with them? So at work, your boss is wondering why is she or he so angry? I didn't do nothing to them. You are taking it out on everybody else because you have not took accountability, right? You have not took accountability for your wrongdoing or what you have done. So that became a sin conscience. Okay, so 3 steps to clear a guilty conscience, which is sin consciousness. When God puts you in a situation that awakens unresolved guilt, you are willing to come clean before God and man or whoever. How do you do that? That's a question. That was a question that was about sin conscience. So, number 1, realize that you can't clear a guilty conscience on your own. It's a tough confession. Do you remember Lady Macbeth? Okay, this was like real. Remember Lady Macbeth's famous sleepwalking plea. She said, "Out, damn spot. Out, I say," right? And when the spy doctor, if you remember Lady Macbeth, the spying doctor heard her say this and saw her trying to wash the imaginary spots of blood off her hands, really off her consciousness. He had made this statement: unnatural deeds do bear unnatural troubles, infected minds to their deaf pillows of discharge their secrets. More needs she divine than the physician. God, God, forgive us all. So she was thinking she's trying to get the blood off her hands, right? Out, damn spot, out, I say. But she was really trying to get out of her imaginary addict. She's trying to get rid of the sin consciousness. And the physician turned around and said, unnatural deeds to breed unnatural troubles. These are unnatural sin consciousness that you did, okay, that you bared, okay. You literally covered up stuff which is unnatural sins, okay, infected your mind to the death pillow. Now you created a death pillow that will discharge their secrets. So needs, she's divine than the physician. More needs than the divine so they're asking, please, Most High God, forgive us all. That was Shakespeare nailed it here. A guilty conscience isn't something any earthly doctor can fix. So Shakespeare nailed it by saying a guilty conscience isn't something any earthly doctor can fix. So only God can wash the blood off our hands. And that's only the sins, right? Only the sin consciousness, God can take it off. Some of you may say, no, I can do it on my own. Can't do it on your own. If that's the case, why do we pray? Why do we pay homage to our ancestors? If you could do it by yourself, you will not pray, you will not do anything. You would do it by yourself. You can't. So when we invoke and we pray up and we ask for prayer and we ask for the aid and the need and of help, we are asking for help from above. So we ask for help all the time. When there's something going on, catastrophic going on, or someone passed away, what do I hear? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not a figure of speech. You're calling out to God. Little do you know, you're calling out to God to help. Or God, please, please, God. When there's people sick, what do? Prayers, please. We're asking for help from others to emanate that energy out. So right now, because of those catastrophic barriers, that's a death pillow that has been created that's unnatural. Okay, you created that unnatural death, pillow from the sin conscious, and you're asking for God, please, I can't do this. It's a barrier. Please wash this off my hands. It's a secret. I can't hold secrets. Think about it. Ask yourself. Everybody in this world holds a secret off their life, on their life. Everyone holds a secret until they take accountability. How long are you going to hold that secret for? That's the question. How long are you going to hold that secret for? Okay. Excuse me. So, 2, believe that God has removed your sins and thus your guilt. Why for eternal forgiveness, although you have sinned, God shed his blood on the cross as your substitute, or however you want to say this. Once again, have an open mind during this lesson, okay? Everybody's faith is different, but you have to find a faith that is strongly believed and strongly, this is going to be your walk, and you have to stand on your throne. Do not be ashamed of your spiritualness. Do not be ashamed of your throne when it comes to the higher power, because that is such a battle. People want to judge somebody because if they call out Jesus, or they call out Yeshua, or they call out all so many different things. We are not here for that. So if you have an open mind and you're ready for change, then this is for you. Okay. If you wanna watch something, like I said, it's negative and there's positive people. It's gonna be negative people like, I don't want to believe that. I don't believe in that. I'm not here to judge you for your belief. I'm here to help you become authentic you. I'm here to help you break your mirrors off your life. I'm here for you to have a better relationship in your spiritualness and with God. I am not here to debate, ridicule, or beat down anyone. This is called real talk. This is called real conversation. And this is called a real awakening. And we got to get past this. So we have to be free. You guys, we're walking and talking on this earth. Okay. But literally, we are asleep. You could be walking and talking to someone, but you got to understand you're still asleep because you still have burdens on you. You still have mirrors on you. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Once again, I'm walking this right with you, but I have overcame a lot of obstacles. And then I have experience where we're one and the same. And you say something, well, I have this barrier here. Well, guess what? I overcame that barrier. Do you mind if I help you on that? That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. It's about us getting awakened because there's other jobs that we have to do. We have to aid these children out here. There's so many children out here on the street. There's homeless people on the street that need us. We need to open up ourselves so we can be more humble and see what the truth is out here in this world, okay? And we have to be spiritually grounded because the spiritual groundedness and our mental is very important for the rest of us to be connected and to be in line with ourselves so we can emanate and do what we have to do. You want to be great in school, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor, everything, all these barriers that you're carrying in your life have to be gone so you could be the best doctor you could be, the best nurse you could be, the best model, the best singer, whatever your dreams or your purpose or your passion is, the best president, the next president, whatever you want to. This goes for teenagers, this goes for college students, this goes for adults. This is something very passionate and caring that I care about, okay? If you are not ready for this, then I tell you, I love you. Maybe it's not your time, but you can always come back again and rewatch the video when you're ready. Sometimes I could say something and emanate out and it could trigger someone and they turn me off or whatever, but that's okay though. Because if I said something and it made you think like, oh my goodness, she's talking about me, then by all means, let it seep into you and let it awaken you so you can see and face yourself. Because it's not a time to face yourself. Quit trying to face yourself through other people. It's time for you to face yourself and have that relationship with the Most High God. And however you want to find your spiritualness, find your belief, Find your values. Stand on it. Because how your mind is, think about it, you guys. However your mind is, this all plays a purpose into your bank account too. Oh yeah, this all plays a purpose into your financial. Because if you're having burdens and barriers and weaknesses and hurt and pain and anger and all that, you ain't gonna do your job right. You ain't gonna treat people at home right. You ain't gonna do business right, and it's gonna mess up your money. So don't think that this don't play no part. Okay, it messes with abundance, and messes with prosperity, and messes with it all. It becomes a poverty mindset. You want to point the blame and blame people. You can get out of poverty. There's people that are rich and still have a poverty mindset because of stuff that's in our past. Believe me, they're out there. So don't think this is it's bigger than what you guys think it is. Okay, so back to 2. Believe that God has removed your sins and thus your guilt. Okay, why? For eternal forgiveness. Although you have sinned, God shed his blood on the cross as your substitute to pay for your sin consciousness. And if you believe in him, if you trust him for forgiveness, he offers by grace through faith. Grace through faith. You have to have faith. Then you can know that your sins, consciousness, and are forgiven. But your sins are forgiven. That was in Romans 3, chapter 3, 23 through 24, 28. Okay? So this is fine for eternity. But what happens when we sin, our sin consciousness, after we trusted God? How many of our sins have you committed when God died? Okay, they say none. That means he died to pay for all of our sin consciousness, past, present, and future. There is no other way to quote Shakespeare to get that damn spot out. Okay, damn spot out means get that damn, excuse my French, get that damn spot out, meaning get that sin consciousness out of me. Get that sin out of me, get that secret out of me. It is time to break free. I can't hold this burden. Get it out. Confess your daily sins, however you want to call it, your guilty conscience, your sin conscience, to God and to people. But when it says to people, that means that you have to be accountable. You have to be careful. I'm going to say this, okay? There's what I'm giving you is different tools you can use, and we're going to get into healthy and unhealthy emotion. I'm going to show you the categories of that in a minute. But get out of the when you want to go confess to other people, you gotta watch who you're confessing to, for real, because that's how the gossip starts. Little fish, big whale, big shark, big tornado, big storm. Now it's a hurricane. Now everything's just turned about. Oh, went up to the galaxy, and now it came back, and it's all misconstrued about you. Now everybody's looking at you. Now everybody's gossiping about you. Oh, everybody's talking about your relationship, so forth and so forth, right? Okay, so it said, therefore confess your sins to one another and pray for one another, which is true, so that you may be healed. The effective prayer of righteous man can accomplish much. James 5:6. So I strive always to keep my consciousness clear before God and man. That means, and I always used to say this saying, it's easy to wash your body, but it's hard to clean the mind, and it's hard to clean a reputation. Even though you can clear it out, everything there, when there's a problem, there is a solution. But it is so hard. You can wash your body, bathe every day. You'll never have a problem unless you don't have no running water. But you can find somewhere else you can go to if it gets that deep, you can go to a restaurant. However, unless we run out of complete water, go run in the lake, go run in the ocean, go clean your body. But what about that guilt? It is some work. What about getting yourself? This is what I mean. You have to take accountability, my loves out there. We all have to take accountability. We all have to get our secrets out. We all need to quit wearing these mirrors that thinking we're perfect and everybody, playing victim. We all have to stop it. This is the time, the hour, and the day. And I will say the time has come for us to be restored and reawakening for freedom in our lives. And we got so much hurt and pain going on. There's so many children getting kicked out of their home because of sexuality. There's so many children being molested and raped and beaten. Women or men getting abused both ways. People are losing their job. People are having harming. So it's so many different mirrors to attack right now. But we have to get our body, our mind, everything about us. This is really the biggest tool. And then our heart, our emotion and our heart. We're going to talk about that community heart, because everything in you is a community and it's a relationship. You got to get your relationship first done too, spiritually. Because once you get that in line spiritually, everything else it's a walk it's not gonna be a walk in the park, but it's a walk. And you gotta have that, and you can fight. If you can fight about a man or a woman, if you can fight about fighting over having, you want this and you need this and you gotta have it. If you can literally, I'm gonna keep it real. You can sit out here and argue about some man, about having a man in your life. You're gonna sit out here and argue about a woman. Then honey, you can fight about your own life. You can get out here and do what's right for your life. You can be the authentic you. You can rebuild your nation. But you can come out here and try to prove yourself that you bold and you can fight and you're this and you're that for another man or a woman, but you still carrying barriers. I think we need to check in people with ourselves. We need to check in, because that does not give us power. You may think it's giving you power for that moment, but it's really not. It's devaluing yourself. And I've been there and I've done this. Okay. And that's why it's time. Somebody needs to speak up about it, right? Somebody needs to grow from it and say, that's not me. I'm better than that. I'm not saying you're better and perfect, but you're perfecting yourself. Truth will set you free. The truth will set you free if you are willing to want it. Okay. So this kind of confession isn't to be stayed saved, but so that you can stay in fellowship with the Most High God, which is 1 John 1:9, 1-2. Now, I will be doing different scenarios and different things, so you guys can quotes, and so you guys can go look and research for yourself. What I'm saying, find it, research for yourself, researching yourself. Okay. The fact is, we need a set of eyeballs looking at us and asking the hard accountability questions. It's too easy to sidestep reality. It is too easy to sidestep reality. You're sidestepping. It's easy for you to run. Easy for us to run, right? Is it easy for us to run from it? Yes or no? Yes. It is easy from my side. You're side running. You sidestepping. You're taking flight all the time. You don't even know how many planes you have took. Every time you go through something, you went through so many planes. You done ran. Some of us got a flight. You talking about physical flights, like going to another country. You done life flighted off your life so many times. It's time to come back and recharge yourself, rejuvenate yourself, restore yourself, and change it. Okay. So with that, there was 10 questions that can clear a guilty conscience. Okay. So I'm going to read them. Daily in any type of spiritual meditation, scriptures, prayer, anything spiritual. Have you had any patience or lustful attitudes, tempting thoughts, or exposed yourself to any explicit materials that will not glorify God or value of yourself? Have you been completely above reproach in your financial dealings? Have you spent quality relationship time with family and friends? Have you done your 100% best in your job, school, or retirement, being a mother, a father, friend, sister, or brother? Have you done your 100% in your job, school, or retirement, sister, brother, mother, father, so forth? Have you done 100% of that? Have you told any half-truths or outright lies, putting yourself in a better light to those around you? Let me read that again. Have you told any half-truths or outright lies, putting yourself in a better light to those around you? Have you had the opportunity to share the gospel or any spiritual encounter or any spiritual awakening this week with someone that might need it? Have you did any type of affirmation or shared on Facebook, social media? Because social media, we need social media that helps us stay connected with each other. But social media can, it can be a danger zone. We life flight on social media. You know, how many of you more? I'm going to ask this question. How many times? Say you ask yourself this: how much do you see on the social media? More negative, more positive, more gossip, or in encouragement, more empowering? What do you see more of? Okay, and I should tell you a lot. Have you taken care of your body through regular physical exercise and proper eating and sleeping? Understand, when you're going for this change, everything must change. That means you're eating, your change of eating, you're sleeping, everything. Even people, places, and things. It's not that you're trying to act like you're better than someone. It's time to be your authentic you. It is time for you to reach higher ground, spiritually, mentally, physically. You guys, it's time. It is time. And I hope I'm reaching someone out there today. It doesn't matter. I want something, even if you only listen to me for 5 minutes. Please, I hope something came out of it for 5 minutes if you had to go, or it wasn't hitting. Sometimes it doesn't hit, but just like it's the same thing as if someone gives you a prophetic word, okay? And you really don't believe that it's factual or if it's true, right? But you got to prophesy that on your own life, meaning you got to speak that life, speak life on yourself. You're always speaking life on someone else, right? You're always saying, yes, I hope you share. Or when someone shares something with you, say thank you for sharing. That means you're telling them thank you for your being. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for sharing what you're encountering. What I'm doing right now, I am emanating energy out to give you not only a word, not only a clearing, not only that, but I'm emanating this out from my heart because I want to see you free. You are free to me. Your mirrors are breaking right now to me. Everything that I'm speaking, it will be on your life. I want you to say yes to the willingness to fight. I want you to say yes to the willingness of change. I want you to say yes to the willingness of freedom of debt and freedom of. I want you to be who you want to be. Men, I want you to be the man you need to be. You are the man that you need to be. You need to start changing that. You have the things. If you are always wanted to one of the 5-bedroom house with the 4.5 baths and 1,000-acre yard or whatever, and all these trees, then start claiming it. Some people don't be like, I don't believe in that claiming stuff. Law of attraction. If you put it out there and you go for that goal each going out this weekend, and you gonna turn up, and you make sure you work hard to make go and have that conversation about what outfit you gonna wear, and make sure you gonna be fly and girl. We attract them ladies. Should we go out for that for one night to have a hangover, and then to go, to church, and then repent of the sin, but do it again? It does. God will always, no matter how far we fall, he will always still love. His love is infinite. You can't compare his love to a human love, but you want that love right now in your heart. You want that stone heart to leave. You want all that, your embodiment to be right. So now is the time for you to be authentically you, the way that God made you to be. You're gonna still have them, and if you was perfect, there would be no reason to show you blessings. We go through this in order to understand God's suffering, right? And the burial and the death and the burial and the resurrection. You're going through suffering, the ridicule, the beat down on yourself and beat down from other people and all these other things, right? You're going through that suffering. Then the death is shedding, dying to self, not literally killing, shedding of all weight, rejuvenating yourself. Everything's changing. You removed yourself. You're not in hiding, but you're redoing yourself. That's the burial. Then for your resurrection, your resurrection to reintroduce yourself into the world, to know the authentic you. Why would you not want this? Not to better your family, to better your children, to show their watching me each and every day. I'm accountable. So whatever mommy's gonna do, my daughter's gonna think it's okay, right? No, okay. You have to your children. You know, our parents, they say, "Oh, I didn't want to tell you that because I was trying to protect you." Protect me from what? When it was already in my DNA, I was gonna end up doing it. What are we lose? What are we doing? What we have nothing to lose and all to gain, people. Think about it. I want everybody to paint a different movie tonight in their mind. I want you to write it out. And Habakkuk 2, it said, write it out on the tablet so man can flee. You don't got to tell everything that you're sound good. You don't got to tell everybody. Write it out. Put it in your sacred book. Write it out. Look at it every day. It's the same way as need to watch it. I ask everybody, watch The Secret. There's leaders on there and top people telling you how they got to where they're at. If you're saying you're a millionaire, if you're saying that you're financially free, then free this mind, free the self-talk, free everything, free everything. This is where we're at right now. My loves. Oh, so the next one is, how have you taken care of your body through regular physical exercise and proper eating and sleeping? Now, I'm guilty. I ain't been to the gym. Just, work, but I know I can do things at home. If you can't get to the gym, you can do squats, do sit-ups, do anything. Dance for 30 minutes, ladies. Get your favorite song on and groove, men too. You know what I'm saying? Do things around the house. So that was the number 8 question. Number 9, have you allowed any persons or circumstances to rob you of your joy? Do we let people, places, and things rob us of our joy? The circumstances. Because bills come, you're not joyful. And sometimes we can't control things, but we can control things when it's called communication. When you have a bill that's due, and you don't have the money, you might not get the money for another 2 weeks. Call the company and communicate. If there's programs out there that can service you and help you, go and help, see if they can help, or at least hold off until you get that money. And when you do have the money, please get the bill done. You can go out and go to the club, but don't have bill money or gas. Have this. We're all ain't nobody different than another one. Everybody's always quick to talk about another woman. Oh, her lights was off, but she went out to the club. Who are you? You're not God. And who are you to talk about her? If since you talked about her or him, why don't you give them the money to do it? Then it's turn around and somebody came to you and said that. Then they turn around and go, well, I ain't got the money. Then why are you talking about her? That's self-gossip. That is not natural. That's what I'm saying. You can push out weight on someone, but when the weight comes back on you, you don't want to bear it. You don't want to handle it. That is not the way you are supposed to be as your higher self and the authentic you from what God made you to be. This is real talk right now. Okay? Real talk. But it's still your will. You have a free will. We're just breaking down some things today. All right. Have you lied to us on anything of your answers today? So, did you lie when I was asking you these questions? And I know I can't hear you. How many have lied? And that's the thing I would like to know. How many of you have lied on that matter? Did any of you lie on that matter at this time? And that needs to be known. Did any of you lie at any of those questions? If it was the next question would be, so why do you think, okay, so hold on one second, let me get it here. Ask now to make your sensitive, ask God to make you sensitive to his voice. And don't ignore God's prodding when he makes you aware of your needs for confession and accountability. Be willing to come clean and confess. There is no other way to clear a guilty conscience. Now this was just some insight here that was given on the inside of that, okay? But I am going to let you guys know that there are ways also to get rid of sin consciousness. Okay, that was just some of the questions about a guilty conscience. Now let me go here. Let's see. See if I can find this real quick. I'm not going to keep you guys long. Some of you guys might be going out. Some of you guys might not be going out. And if you're going out tonight, please be careful. Very much so, okay? Let's see here. I got a couple things here. So the next one is, let me see if this is, let me see this real quick, you guys. The next one thing, I'm still going to be talking, so just give me a minute because I see some little technical difficulties, but I hope you can still hear me on that, okay? The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is still on a couple of things too. Let's see here. This is about becoming more authentic as well, okay? And I'm trying to get this right here. We have two different entities on right now, and I want to make sure that this is on right, because we was having some technical difficulties, and I just want to make sure that it's on correctly instead of because I don't know if it's really on, and I want to make sure it's on, because I want to make sure, even if I am recording this show, that everyone gets to hear it and see it, okay? Either way. So it's going to be like two of them coming up at the same time. So what I was also talking about was, okay, let's see if it's going to come up. We're having some technical difficulty. Please bear with me here. Okay, I don't know if you guys got the last part or anything. Hopefully you guys did get the last part of this. Hopefully it did not forget to record what was happening. So if not, I will stay on longer just to revise everything again. Okay, the 10 steps about being authentic. Well, this is still about being authentic, and then we'll go into the healthy relationship thing. Okay, basically, number one, step one again, forgive and love yourself. Please, that's the one. Loving yourself and forgiving yourself is very important, and you know, accepting yourself, and stop seeking approval from other people. This is what this is about. So please stop seeking approval from other people, okay? Love yourself. So the one thing is going to be saying this. There's no shortcut about being authentic. It requires commitment and real inner work. So I just said, you guys, this is a lot of work. You got to be willing to do this. And if you're willing, okay? There's this person spoke and said, I dove in deeply into my emotional mess and started feeling the pain I had repressed. I made daily commitment to take the following steps to be more authentic. And here they are. And let me know if you didn't get the last stuff, but I am going to go quickly over that. I'm going to go over a little bit an hour tonight because I fear that a lot of you guys didn't get the 3 steps about getting rid of, like, the clear your guilty conscience 3 steps with the Most High God, and then this. So when I went over that, hopefully all that data got out and you guys saw that part. So step one is to forgive and love yourself. This person said, I had to forgive myself for my past mistakes. My ego enjoyed replaying my bad choices and punishing me by making me feel unworthy of love. By cultivating kindness towards myself, I honored and accepted the past, learned my lesson, and started loving myself. Oh, wow. Let me read that again. The statement from this person stated, I had to forgive myself for my past mistakes, make my ego enjoyed playing, e.g. but only. That's the negativity. This is the not godly self-talk. This is what's going on. The bad choices and punishing. It was punishing. You was punishing yourself. Now, the enemy could come in and punish you, but you was adding more weight to it. Punishing yourself by making you feel unworthy of love. But by cultivating kindness, by cultivating kindness towards yourself, not no one else, but towards yourself, and honored the past and accepted the past and learned your lessons from it and started loving yourself more. What was the key things that you had to do in that statement that you have to do? Cultivating kindness towards yourself and the honor. Okay, you honored yourself and you accepted the past and you learned your lessons and started loving yourself even more. Who can do that better than you? God gave you that ability. Now, God's love is already upon you. Once you get that relationship back with God and everything, it's like a shift. As soon as you start spiritually changing and getting your foundation of your faith and everything back, do you know you start valuing yourself more? You can't emanate it out and then take it back. You can't say, I'm going to do it, but then take it back. We do that all the time. Give it and take it back. Give it and take it back. You're becoming an Indian giver on your own self. Okay? You're becoming an Indian giver on your own self. So what can you do? Consider how you can learn from your past so that you can do better going forward. Always be kind to yourself because you can only ever do your best. Be content with that. Consider how you can learn from your past so you could do better going forward. Always be kind, loving to yourself because you can only ever do your best and be content. You did your best. Okay, let's give an example. Your relationship's going to poo. Okay? A lot of you want me to say the S-H-I-T word. I'm not going to do it. So, you have a relationship and it's going to poo. Sewer sludge, right? And so, you're doing your best. You're doing your best. You're doing your best. You're trying to change. You're compromising. But the other person is not compromising. But you're compromising to where it's becoming a death of you. Because you are draining yourself. You can't go to work right. You can't eat right. All this is on your mind. You got refractive errors on your life. Refraction. How you're seeing things. Oh yeah, this is all playing a part. It's getting heavy. It's getting heavy. It's getting heavy. Then you separate. Now you have to take, now you're going through it. You're listening to what other people are telling you out in the street. Oh yeah, this is just plain. Believe me, you guys, I've been there. I've done this. I'm not talking about no particular person. I'm talking about we all go through this, men and women.
Teenagers are going through it. God, they shouldn't be going through this. Okay? They should be waiting and loving their life. But, you know, starts at home. Whatever they see mom and dad going through, that's what they're going to go through, right? And it's all about change. It's all about change. So, you end up changing, but now you have to consider, and now you have to learn from your past so you could do better and go forward. But every time you go forward, you keep going back, going forward, going back. But you're not loving yourself. If you love them enough to let them go so you can better yourself. If they loved you enough and they love their self enough, they will love you and realize we're not compatible, we're not a match, but guess what? At least we can do is get along. I don't want to hurt your life, and I don't want to hurt your life. I don't want to hurt your life. But this is what happens, you guys. We are continuously hurting each other because you feel like there ain't no one else out there for you. She can't do me like she do, and he can't do me like he do. Come on, man. Sorry if I had to say it like that. Come on, gents, ladies. Come on. Wake up. No one can do you better like you. Somebody can, ladies, a woman, another sister can, a young lady come to a club and wear the same dress as you. You remember that, what was that show? In Living Color, not in Living Color. What was that show? Oh, Lord, I forgot it. Well, I forgot. A Single Life. What was with Queen Latifah, Regine, and all them, okay? Let me give you some. And she had a red dress on, right? And the other lady came in with the red dress on, and, you know, Regine had her glass of wine, right? And then she's steadily drinking her, and she saw that girl, and she went, oh, and then, like, you know, was I being authentically you? No, it was, I'm the baddest, beep, 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 in here. And what she do? Go spill the drink. Was that being respectable or selfish? Because she didn't want she wanted the platform all to herself. Was that respectable? No, it was hellified. I'm gonna say it. Selfish, bougie, self-centered, all the way. I'm all about me platform. I. No one's gonna look like you, Regine. No, none of her friends. Did you see any of her friends check her about that? Oh, you were wrong. You know, that don't matter. You could have said, hey, why'd you do that? Because no one can wear it like you, my girl, my honey. No one can wear it like you. You bad in it. And she's pretty too, but you both look different in it. And let it go. No, you had to go throw the wine on the sister. You know, you had to throw the wine on the young lady. That's not right. And we all do catty stuff out here. We all do. I got my days. I'm work in progress. But I can do is emanate the message out, and hopefully someone will listen. You know, the next bracket, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulty, and I am going to go real fast over that other stuff real quick so we can end this at 9:45. Okay, because I end at 9. But I'm the type of person, how long I need to be on here, however I'm moved by the spirit to stay on here, it will happen. But I don't want to, you know, they talk about on YouTube too, real quick, how, you know, don't do hour-long things. But to me, in 20, ask yourself, 5, 10, 20 minutes, somebody can get what you're really saying, especially when it comes to changing your life, right? I mean, if you feel you can do it within 5, 10 minutes, that's fine, you know? And if you feel you can reach someone, that's fine. It's a quick video to watch. You know, I don't mind doing short videos and go to the next one, to the next one, next one. But I'd rather, like a class, like however, you know, it may hit home for a lot of people and it may not. Okay, so the next so forgive and love yourself. The next number 2 is be willing to make a change on your mistakes. How many of us are willing to make a change in our mistakes? What's the percentage, high or low, men through women, that are willing to make a change on their mistakes? How much hard-headedness is in it? How much is I'm not going to move first until you move? I ain't calling. I mean, I feel like we all did this. I've done it. Okay, so the answer to this was, I found the willingness to embrace my imperfections and share them with others. That's what I do. Do you do that? Do you share your imperfections with others? Not for them to hear you venting, but do you share the experience to say, listen, This is my imperfection. If a friend's going through something, do you really, really help each other out and walk it through together? Not because it's, oh, girl, yeah, we're going to walk this, and oh, we're against men, or brothers, we're against sisters. Who cares? No, that's not what it's about. It's about embracing your imperfections and share them with others. I started speaking and writing about my challenges through they started writing it out in their journals, and having different things. A lot of you guys ain't gonna. I mean, I say write a journal, keep a diary, because it helps. If you want to form a group, having a group, a woman's group, or things like that. And when you create a woman's group, it's not about male bashing. Men is not you're there each other, and I think that would be a good thing to start a sisters group in your own local community to better yourselves, to uplift yourself. So there goes something. There's a prophecy right there for someone. If you hear me, if you are in your local area and you are willing to start a woman's group, teenagers, a mentors group for teenagers, even boys, men. This is somebody prophetic word. It's on my heart right now. Someone is thinking about wanting to do this. They went through it. They're going through it. This is a prophetic word. If you are willing, because there's some steps that you have to take for yourself before you start this call. Please go ahead and do it. It is your time to do it. I got the word is yes. Okay, you thinking about money? Oh, I got a money. There's no money. There's no this. How can I start this group? No, pathetically, I was just, it was on me to say, whoever this is, I don't know if you're in Cali. I don't know if you're in DC, Philly, Pittsburgh, wherever you are, Florida. If you are wanting to start a woman's empowerment group about breaking, about changing, encouraging each other, because you know what, it really helps when you have that the support. Not bashing. This is a support team. This is not about joining together and having drinks of wine and having cheese and crackers. This is really about this team is really about changing, okay? Changing the course, changing everything there. So whoever that's for, I say bless you. God bless you in that endeavor. And it's a yes, it's a go. Step into it. Brothers, whoever wants to start empowerment for the men, to be better men, be better fathers, whatever it may be, the answer is yes. Step into it. It's not about the money. Just get the word out. Get the word out and just do it. Find a place. There's a place for you guys to do it and be free to will donation of a building for you. I say go do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay? So the biggest one was admitting I enjoyed my victim story. And the reason why this person called it a victim story, because we play victim to our own hurt and our pain, right? Sorry, I'm all slouched down. We play victim to our pains and our hurt, and we keep talking about it, well, he did this and he did this and I can't take it, and I'll do this and she did this and she's trifling and and she's supposed to be my friend. Okay, we're playing victim. Ain't nobody say, girl, don't, all you hear is, girl, don't worry about it. Boy, that homeboy, don't worry about it. Oh, it's gonna be all right, sis. Oh, it's gonna be okay, bro. No, you should do this and do that. You should do this. But when you go home, it's still the same thing, and then you still wait and you're playing victim. And guess what? You lay down and you're still victim, and you're still tossing and turning, can't sleep at night. You wake up the same day, still be mad, and everybody's like, what's wrong with you? And you playing victim. Victim, 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 victim. Stop playing victim. Write your story out. That means you're writing the story out and you're releasing it. But if you had a support team and a support group that's really, 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 really there for you, believe me, you will overcome that situation. You will overcome it. Okay? I learned, you don't tell everybody everything that you're going through. People play on that. They go gossip about you to other people, telling you what's going on in your house, And the thing about it is they done played it to make it look like they the next better person. No, you're no different than me. At the end of the day, it's really, really, it's I'm not going to say it's not, it's an easy step, but it's easy for you to run. I want to run out instead of really trying to see if it can work out. See the blessing in it, and if you can come to a common ground. Now, I say this with relationships, you got to come to a common ground. If you're having more hate than love, and love-hate relationships, and you guys are not finding out, talking heart to heart without judgment, trying to find out what's really going on in your wife's heart and what's really going on in your husband's heart, and the barriers in the family, and is there spiritualness inside the home and things of that nature. The thing about it is, if it's still going on and there's still a lot of pain, I would not want to see nobody's home broke up. I really don't. Because what bothers me is this. You end up you leave a relationship, then you see your other party with someone else, or you see, however, been there and done this too. And, there's barriers that people carry that they ain't even over or whatever yet. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody's wearing this looking glass mirror or whatever. But you got to come to a common ground of respect. Because when you can't carry, if you're trying to find a new love and you're trying to be happy and you're trying to move on in life, you can't carry that weight with you. You can't leave one relationship with another one, be okay. It ain't okay. You're going to still attract the weight and the same mess, because why? You have not taken care of yourself first. And you have not cleansed yourself out of all the past and everything. You go into something, you're going to trigger your new wife or your new husband, new boyfriend, new girlfriend, and something's going to go wrong. You might have a disagreement. It might be small, but you're going to trigger it into something major because you still carrying weight from whatever other stuff. All women are not the same and all men are not the same. Give people a chance, okay? I'm not trying to tell you neither to stay into a domestic violence situation neither. I'm not the one. I don't tell nobody to leave nobody. You got to get tired. You got to be willing to fight to be done. But I know if it's detrimental and it's some real chaotic stuff, I've been there and done it. It's no joke. Been there and done it. You'll know when there's a door that's to tell you to move, you better move, because you only live one life. Okay? And I know it's hard. We think we need them. We think we're dependent on them. We think we can't handle the kids by ourselves. We think we can't live without them. We become so lost, we forgot who we really are. And it is really deep, you guys. It's a really deep thing. Okay? So what the rest of it was, she said she enjoyed her victim story. I felt it served me by getting my sympathy and attention from others. That's what it's about. When you play victim, you want to be attention, because you're not being attentive to yourself. Sympathy, and by humbling herself, she said, and owning up to her mistakes, she repaired her self-worth and confidence. So she humbly owning my mistakes. She owned her mistakes. She started change mistakes. So she owned her mistakes. How many of us will take accountability? Let's going back to big accountability, okay? Give me one. Didn't want to drink water on the camera to you guys, okay? Step 3, create a daily practice. I create body and spirit and nurtured a loving relationship. Herself or himself. They looked at those who already lived authentically and noticed the pattern of traits they mastered. So if you every day take accountability to take care of your mind, body, and spirit, and nurtured of a loving relationship with self, it becomes a pattern. Okay, so here are some of the attributes that authentic people have shared. What can you do? If you feel disconnected or unable to speak your truth, identify with which traits you need to cultivate in your life and create an intention to become authentic. Do the necessary inner work to reconnect to your truth, and your authenticity will radiate through you. Okay? The traits that are found as a common to authentic people. Okay? Mindfulness. Mindfulness, mindfulness. I'll say it again, mindfulness. Authentic people accept their lives, experiences, and feel the emotions that arise. They don't repress their feelings and let them fester up. Anxiety and guilt arise from not being present. If we doubt our ability to handle challenges in the future, we create anxiety. Guilt results from feeling bad about past mistakes or people we have hurt. Authentic people experience life changes from a place of love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Mindfulness, being mindfulness. So, authentic people experience challenges from a place of love, forgiveness, and gratitude. So, when practicing love, forgiveness, and gratitude on yourself first, and once you master that on yourself, then to others. Self-respect. Authentic people are impeccable with when they speak to themselves, about themselves and others. They are mindful of the energy behind the words. Once again, be mindful of the energy and believe they are worthy of love and peace of mind. They have a healthy approach to life by knowing there will be always naysayers and their opinions don't matter. That's being authentic. No one else's opinions matter about you but you and God. There's going to be naysayers, there's going to be doubters, there's going to be so many different things that are going to challenge you. But it's still things what you want to think about yourself at the end of the day. Y'all need to work on it. We're all working, we're growing every day. It's because you learn and you know something. You can read a lot of books, you can watch every spiritual leader out here. You can still be unlearned. It feels good. You know, we go to church, music's pumping, everybody's on the same cue. When you come out of church, I ask someone, what was the word for today? What did you learn today? And guess what? Oh, girl, it was good. The music was great. And that's not what I asked. I tell people all the time, you are to go to church, get filled, get the word, learn the lesson of the day, go home, eat, put your shoes on, get your faith shoes on. What you learned, what made you feel good today, why don't you go share it with a homeless person so they can feel good today, that they still have hope. Why don't you go share it with some elderly person that couldn't walk and couldn't get out on a Sunday or on a Saturday, on a Sabbath day, which is a Saturday, or go on a Saturday, whenever day you have church, whenever day you feel that you have a spiritual day for yourself, whatever encounter you had with God, why don't you go share that, embrace that energy to someone else? That's helping your community. You just helped your community. Why can't you feed it and give it to someone else? Why can't you fill somebody's belly up with a good word or a good encounter that you had with God? It doesn't matter. I gotta quit saying I don't care, but I do care. I mean, that's I'm working on that. So when I say I don't care, it means I do care. Okay, I do care, because when somebody tells you I don't care, when they have an attitude I don't care, well, if you didn't care, why are you mad? You would feel numb. You would have nothing to say. So you do care. You're angry. You have an angry care right now. You have a self-angry talk. So you do care. Okay? So see how when I say I don't care, it was a habit. It's a habit. But I have an organization called Do You Really Care? And I do care. So I do wholeheartedly care about your well-being. I do wholeheartedly care about my own. Okay? So once again, self-respect. Authentic people are impeccable with when they speak to themselves, about themselves and others. They are mindful of the energy behind words and believe they are worthy of love and peace of mind. They have a healthy approach to life by knowing there will always be naysayers and their opinions don't matter. They're not going to live. They're not going where you're going. Everybody ain't going where you're going. Okay? But still on the same walk. That's the key. So the next one is courage. Courage. Authentic people create their own rules based on standards that resonate with them. Okay, they have the courage to live their lives based on what they believe is right. This type of empowerment gives them the inner strength to withstand temptation and build self-confidence. When you have the courage to share your shame and guilt, they no longer have power over you. So, authentic people will express themselves, still in respect, still accountability, right? But they put courage. They're not tempted by getting weak from whatever somebody else says. And they stand on what God made them stand on. Their birth throne, their birthright throne. They're on their throne. God's with them, and they're in their Godship, and they're on their throne. And they are not allowing no one to take that from them anymore. No one has power on them. They had broke that. They had broke it. And you know how some adults will taunt other adults because they see the weakness. Fear has a perfume. Fear has a smell. Doubt has a smell. Even if you don't smell it, literally, it does. It emanates the energy out, okay? Boldness. Authentic people don't allow their fears to prevent them from being themselves. Authentic people don't allow their fears to prevent them from being themselves. If you are focused on being true to yourself in every self-doubt, right? Okay, this is what it says. To every self-doubt. So, this answer was, so I molded my personality and beliefs based on my company. That means, look at your people who you hang around with. Because you mold your personality and your beliefs not knowing that you are doing it, but you're doing it. Some are doing it and they know they're doing it. What's that saying? Birds of a feather flock together. So they were molding their personality and beliefs based on the company. So you traded your authentic self for the security of being liked by family, friends because of fear and of being judged. That's really deep. We all have done that. Can't say it? Yeah, did you? We all go be with this clique or this crew because this crew's getting noticed. So let me go do this office stuff. Really, it ain't me, but I'm going to do this because I want to be part of them. They get more attention. They're getting more men. Oh, over here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to hang with these homeboys over here because they're getting more girls. They get more of that attention. I need that like too. But you just traded in your real authentic you. You just threw away. You just put you to aside. So now you rather put on this mirror, this heavy weight of this replica. It look like you. Yeah, the outside look like you, but you ain't being you. You so facade. It's so false. It's such a once again, refractive error. Refraction, false reflection. So now you don't put this cover on your life that you that hard and that you that serious. You down for crown. And my baby ladies, my ladies, and we go over here and you like trying to be like them because they get more attention from the men. I can do that too, and I can do that. No. You done took your whole personality and your beliefs based on the company that you keeping and traded your authentic self for the security of being like my friends, my family, because of fear of being judged. Adults, we do it every day. We do it every day. We put on this fall, I understand the fake it till you make it thing. Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it, to get to where you got to go? I understand that, the grind or whatever. But are we serious? Are we really serious? We all are fault at this. Oh, I don't want them looking at me any type of way, so I'm going to go wear this. I'm guilty of that. Growing up, heck yeah. But then I start doing me. And when I say doing me, I start wanting to shave my hair off because I wanted to do that. It had nothing to do with anyway. When I had my hair shaved off and I had my dreads, or I wanted to wear my hair this way, and this wasn't, oh, I want tattoos because somebody else. My tattoos tell a story of my life. My tattoos tell us the story of my life. If I was to tell you, sit back and tell you each story of my tattoo. If you notice on this tattoo right here, right, there is tears coming down, but it was supposed to be like tears of pain from her, a beautiful butterfly. This is a Gothic butterfly, right? And this showed that through this season, beauty cries pain. Beauty can have pain. Beauty does have pain, and it withstands pain, and it endures pain, but it's still beautiful. But to know that pain exists in beauty, right? But it's a reminder, no matter how beautiful you are and all this, oh, she's the baddest chick. Every bad chick out here, every woman out here is beautiful. We're a reflection of each other. Every man that's fine and dope, you will say, I don't agree with that. Well, you looking on the outside, you're not seeing in God's eyes. You're not seeing it happen. I don't know if we're getting any technical difficulties here again, but just in case, so you guys can hear me, okay? I'm trying to make sure here. Maybe if I move this a little bit, trying to make sure I get, you know, some type of airway here. Okay. So once again, we traded our authentic self for other worries of what somebody else thinks. Wow, that's really deep. That's really deep, you guys. We really need to check ourselves. We do that as adults. So by suppressing our opinions, right? It was perceived as easygoing, but at what cost? So you were suppressing your opinions, and you was perceived as it was easy for you to do that. It was easy for you to suppress. It was easy for you to hide your authentic self. You lost, right? You didn't even trust yourself or make choices for yourself. Did you know that? Did you know that you disrespect everybody else? Even right now, we are doing it to ourselves, having other people tell us where we should be at in our mission and our purpose and things like that. Even if I am a prophetess and I speak in the spirit from the divine God, when you get a word, you need to go into behind your room, in your spiritual room. When you get a spiritual calling on your life, when God talks to you, you have to go back to the Father. And you need to ask God, what did this mean? What was the call mean? You know, we can go to anybody and get advice from readers, oracles, tarot, whatever you're doing. You got to make sure that that's who was that calling's for you, and it was for you, and you got to find out and research what is in that lesson, what is in that purpose. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot get a word and just fly with it, because there are steps in it. Just like it's steps in wanting to change and wanting to do this free. You have a free will. You have a free will. Don't. That's like going to the doctors, and then you know how people get second opinions. You go get prophesized over, or you get a word, or you have a dream and you wanted the dream interpreted, you know, and you're going to ask someone higher up in the rank in spirituality, or you know, one thing's first, go to your divine purpose first. What your belief is, go to God first and ask God, pray on it first, emanate it out, ask for it to have some clarity so you can see it with your right eyes and not refraction errors. Get the right reflection put onto your eyes so you can see what it is. We have to do that because we're being influenced. Your children are being influenced. I bring up the children so much because this is no joke. We got to get ourselves together, adults and teens. We got to do it because our future is at hand. Your future is at hand. Your destiny is at hand right now. You are at this point. Please do not say, I'll wait till next month. Please do not say, oh, next week I'll start. No. I don't care if you're getting ready to go to bed because you got to go to work. Please write down 3 things that you want to change. Put it by your bedside. Say that I will change. I am this now. I have this now. I am this now. Do not wait. Do not wait. Say right now. The time is right now, right here, in the hour, right now. Right now, right now, right now. And I'm sorry I seem so hype about that, but I'm so for real about it, okay? I'm so serious about it. Don't wait. I tell my children every day, don't wait till you're a certain age. Now you want to do it. Even though you're not too old to learn and you're not old, never too old to be successful, but do it right now. Do it in this hour. Do it right now. So when you did that, okay, you disrespected yourself by allowing others to influence major decisions in your life. You do not trust yourself to make choices for yourself. That's how we do in relationships. We end up losing ourselves. It's never compromise an equal thing. We always let someone tell us what we should do. And we get so weak-minded to where it's like, okay, yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, they said it, so that's how I am. No, you just let that community of negative self-talk come in your mind and go, yeah, it's your fault. You did it. And then all of a sudden it goes in your ear community, up to the subconsciousness, which allows any and everything to be dated in. And it goes up to your mind, to your mental, and then it comes down to your forehead, to your third eye, to the spiritual realm, then goes down to your nostrils of the senses. So now you're smelling that entity. Then it's going down to the taste where all the verbiage is there, goes down to your throat, goes down to the heart. Oh, now your heart is going to feel a certain way. It's going to start feeling heavy. It's going to start feeling heartache, achy. Then it goes down to your soul and your spirit. Now it's right there in that bosom of it all. And it's getting stirred up and it's getting pregnant in your belly. Now all of a sudden, woof, your body starts to ache. You start drooping down. You're not holding your head up high. You're not doing anything. Now you are that what is said. You done let someone have power over you. You done gave your authentic self up because you want security and you feel no one will want you. No one's not going to keep you. Is this all about this, that? No. No, 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 no. Please, no. Okay? Please wake up today. Please wake up tonight. These are the steps. And I really, really hope and pray someone really, really hears me tonight. I hope it triggers something. I hope even if you're single, hope it triggers something. Because we do it single people. We are taking on energies from dealing with this person and that person. It's really serious. Really serious. Okay, so in this as the person that answered, it said they wrote in the comments, I withheld what I needed from others and was unable to communicate my emotions. My frustrations of not being heard turned into anger. Self-anger, people. Whenever I shared my feelings with my family and a significant other, in return I experienced anxiety, guilt, shame, anger, and self-loathing. That was a huge price to pay so others would accept and like me. Okay, she kept going. I became addicted to my story of the broken girl who compromised her integrity because her voice and emotions were neglected by her parents. I used my victim story to serve an excuse for my bad behavior. If I was perceived as a victim, I didn't have to be held accountable for my bad choices. Oh boy, using the victim, but you're not taking accountability for the choices you're making. Here we go. Been there and done it. So how can we get through that? She went on and said that she learned how to use others to get the love and attention that she didn't give herself. I defined my self-worth by comparing myself to others. How many of you do that? I tried to be perceived as perfect, so I created unattainable standards that left me disconnected. How many of us do that? During my mid-20s, she said, I became exhausted by worrying about being inconsistent and acting differently around other different people. I became disconnected to others and wasn't able to cultivate meaningful relationships. It requires a real vulnerability to be authentic. It requires a real vulnerability to be authentic. What if I show my true colors and people don't like me? Honestly, she said, even if as I write, she said, about my flaws, it scares the bejesus out of me that people will think something different. So she said, by 27, from the outside of her life, it looked great, but on the inside, she was on the verge of a breakdown. I was ready to create more meaningful and a fulfilling life. I realized the world needs us to show up and share our story. The world needs us to change, not just for ourselves, because we are accountable for these children and their future. And there are people that's further away from you, across the waters, across the train tracks, that are assigned to you, that you have to change your story. So tonight is the night to stop being victim. Tonight is the night to stop giving your authentic self to other people and stand now on who you really are in an authentic way. We are going to go into now, real quick, I will go back about the steps for the 3 steps of consciousness, sin consciousness, real fast. I'm just going to get on the steps. Let me get through this, okay, real fast. I'll probably end this at 9:30, but however this is going to be. So we just went through about authentic self, and now we are going to go into the healthy list, because I said now is about healthy emotions. Have a healthy emotion. And then tomorrow at 7 we'll go again. So when it comes to healthy versus unhealthy emotion, okay, and working to improve your mental health, one of the most important things is to identify its differences between healthy and unhealthy emotional response. This is important because you do have very different things with healthy versus unhealthy emotions. If an emotion is healthy, you have several good options. You can simply accept the feeling. You can express it in a respectful way. You can act on the feeling in a constructive way. If an emotional response is unhealthy, you work to alter the emotion by re-examining thoughts and beliefs you have about yourself, others, and the situation. However, if you have a difficulty expressing emotion, it's important to be careful about trying to suppress healthy feelings because they are uncomfortable or you feel that this is wrong to express them. On the other hand, if you have a tendency of acting impulsively, it is important to be careful about acting out unhealthy feelings. How can you tell the difference? Here is the list that I'm getting ready to read. I want to thank Adaption for this list, so we can go over it. Okay. So positive emotions. Here we go. Healthy: self-esteem, love, happiness, interest, desire, sincerity. Unhealthy: arrogance, codependence, mania, obsession, addiction, passivity. Negative emotions: healthy: sadness, concern, anger, remorse, awareness, irritation. Unhealthy: depression, rage, shame, guilt, paranoia. Okay. Characteristics of healthy feelings: the feelings go away after a period of time. Your negative thoughts are realistic and not filled with distortion. You continue to be productively involved with your life and solving problems. You do not incur a loss of worth of self-esteem. Your feelings allow you to have a healthy enjoyment of life. Your feelings are in responsible proportion to the event and triggering them. You do not feel discouraged about the future. You can express your feelings in a respectful way. You believe that both you and the other persons have valid ideas and feelings that deserve to be understood. Your emotions help you to learn from the situation so you can be wiser in the future. Your emotions help you to build positive relationships with other people. You look for a solution in which neither you nor anyone else has to lose. There are no hidden motives that are driving the emotions, such as wanting to avoid a problem or feeling that you do not like. That's the characteristics of a healthy feeling. Characteristics of an unhealthy feeling: the feeling may go on endlessly with no limits. Your negative thoughts are interrogated and distorted, even through emotionally they feel true. You lose interest in important areas of your life or stop trying to solve problems. You lose self-esteem or feel worthless. Your feelings cause you to participate in behaviors are self-destructive and harmful to you. Your feelings are far out of proportion to the event that triggered them. You feel demoralized and convinced that things will never get better. You cannot express your feelings in a way that is respectful of others. You feel that your way of seeing things is the only right way. Your emotions cause you to become overwhelmed and avoid in similar situations, even when the new situation isn't actually dangerous. Your emotions make it difficult to have healthy relationships with other people. So, first it was healthy relationship, healthy feelings. Sorry about that. This is the unhealthy feelings. So that first one was healthy feelings. I said unhealthy. I'm sorry. Because this is healthy feelings on the other side and unhealthy on this side. So your emotions cause you to become overwhelmed, avoid of similar situations, even when the new situation isn't actually dangerous. Your emotions make it difficult to have healthy relationships with other people. You feel like you are in a battle or a competition where you or someone else has to lose. Your emotion is served to help you avoid emotions, problems that you do not want to confront. So let me pick one from the unhealthy feeling. Okay, first. So let's see. You feel like you're in a battle or a competition where you or someone else has to lose. That's being revengeful, unhealthy. So what unhealthy word would that be? Rage, paranoia, shame or guilt. You want to be spiteful. Someone, I'm going to get you before you get me. I'm going to get you before you get me by any means necessary. Yeah, I'm going to get you. So you're thinking about all these accountability. You're wasting your time once again. You just push your authentic self away, right? You push your authentic self away. And now you are being revengeful, unhealthy. Someone got to lose. But don't you realize you're both losing? Don't you realize you just lost yourself? You just took all this rage. Now you're bringing all this, not God's self-talk. Now you took your free will and put it in a negative free will. You're not being the authentic you. So change that around. Someone hurts your feelings, right? But your emotions help you to build a positive relationship with other people, or you're looking for a solution in which neither you or the other person has to lose. You're being positive now. You want to figure out what this problem can be solved. Let's do this in a compromise. Let's do this calmly. I'm not going to be revengeful. I am now going to be, you know, in interest and have sincerity about the problem that is at hand. Your awareness, is at hand. You're not going to jeopardize your respect of yourself or devalue yourself. Now you're being an authentic you. You're standing strong on it, and whatever the outcome is, no one will not lose. You're going to compromise. Okay, real quick. So that was part of healthy and unhealthy emotions. We will get more into the having a healthy emotion, healthy life. One of them is the habit of prayer and the exercise of self denial. It's up to you, or as a psychologist would say, God helps those who help themselves. By the way, that is not in the Bible. That is, God helps those who help themselves, but that is not in the Bible. But it's a self denial and use of the willpower of yourself. But God helps them who helps themselves. But God helps also the weak and the meek and all those. So He's there. So the petitionary of prayer is very helpful for having a healthy life, and having preparation of a belief and standing ground on what your belief is, and walking in it and being obedient in that faith, in that worship, and having a habit of worship. Worship is not preceded by any obedient relationship to Jesus Christ. It's merely an empty ritual. That's what it said. The habit A or B. Without obedience to Christ, we will fill our worship with saying things right, looking right, and feeling right. Okay. C, worship should not be used as a way of feeling good for the moment. It should be an everyday implement tool in your life, to get your text to be in place every day, to get before you do your daily task. You are putting Your spiritualness, the word to God, or spiritual belief can be over you before you go out in a daily world and for your task. Okay, we'll get more into that. But I want to read about refraction errors and refraction, refractive errors and refraction, how the eye sees and how that deals with you in your life. Refractive errors often are the main reasons a person seeks services of optometrists. But what doesn't we're told that because of refractive errors? We see the world around us because of the way our eyes bend, refract light, refractive errors, or optical imperfections that prevent the eye from properly focusing light, causing vision. The primary refractive errors or nearsightedness, farsightedness, refractive errors can be corrected. Right? So eyes permanently, eyeglasses and things of that nature. So the light can be deflected, reflected, depending on the different substances it encounters. Right? When light travels through the water or lens, for example, the path is bent or refracted. Certain eye structures have refractive properties similar to water or lenses, and it can be bend light rays into a precise point of focus, essential sharp vision. So why am I using refract? Why do I speak about refraction, refractive errors in our eyes? So if we have that issue in our eyes and we need glasses to correct it, right? Why wouldn't we have that same thing in daily life? How our emotions, your curving emotions, bending them, blurring them up, putting them in different, like God showed me refraction, and he showed me the true reflections. Put my refractive false images that you put. These are you to be able to hear mine the whole time in the middle of it, waiting for you to now bring your authentic self and your embodiment and letting go of the refraction, letting go of that refractive error, letting you realize that what you're seeing is an illusion. What you're seeing, that pencil is not really bent. So when we're out in a relationship or we're out with a story and we're like, oh, he didn't do that to me. He wouldn't dare do that to me. He loves me. Oh, it was her. It was her. It was all her. Why did you just do that? You just had a refractive error. You just you're fighting your real self, the authentic you, and the real self higher you is like, you know what you're seeing is true. And even God is speaking to you saying, you know what you're seeing was true. I don't know why you're sitting there doing that, but you still trying to do that, allowing the ego to just put anything over you. So now you have a heavy weight. Shoulders feel heavy. You're sitting at home, you're crying. Everything is heavy weight. Heavy weight. Heavy weight. You got people gossiping about the situation. You go run and tell everybody out of rage. You're not being healthy in motion. You're being an unhealthy emotion. You're bringing the self-talk. What self-talk would that be? What self-talk would that be? It would be, let's see, if you're going through a heavy weight, right? And the heavy weight is really, 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 really heavy at this time. So you're doing heavy weight. Let me get my paper out here. I had the list here. Hopefully I can find it. I know I want you guys to have an enjoyable Saturday, but I want to thank all those that are supporting, that are watching. I'm sorry about the malfunction, but I was determined no matter what. I'm going to read over the 3 steps again before we end this broadcast. So you're self-abandoning yourself, you're accusing things in a different way, right? Okay. You're self-absorbed by the wrong emotion, self-conflict, self-destroying yourself, self-excusing. Okay. You're self-inflicting, you're self-harming yourself. Now it's you're self-deceiving. You're allowing the enemy to come in. Now it's self-humiliation because people are talking about you. So all these different selves. because have a strong because of the strong DNA of guilt, anger, and shame, all of our perceptions of what we do are filtered through these lenses. So they are lenses, refractive errors that we are putting on our life. Refractive errors that we are literally putting our authentic us, our Godship that God put in us. Then we're pushing with the ego, we're erasing God out. We're becoming an earth God only. We'd rather be part of the lower realms, right? So that is what reflective error and refraction is. So how does the optometrist do it? Gives you glasses. So now you have an extra the vision is corrected from you have to see. So now you can see, you're nearsighted, farsighted. So we're doing life like that. So when you can't see far, you're I think it's nearsighted. If I'm correct, and if you can't see near, you're farsighted or something. It's one of those two. I never can get that one right. But I know you can't see far. So what it is you're blind. You're putting a blur on yourself from the refraction, right? And the refractive errors of blinding yourself from he's not doing that to me, she's not doing that to me. It's not like that. So you're putting a new vision in, so you're blurring it. So, but really, it was so far close to you. You want to put it so far so you can't see. So what you did was you took those glasses off, or even if you had contacts, or even if you don't wear glasses, but you put those invisible glasses off, so then you could be blind. So because your heart, because if you find out the truth, your heart is trying to tell you something, and the true reflection of you is trying to tell you something, then God is trying to tell you something, but you just can't. You got to fight it. You're like, no, I can't. Wake up. Wake up. It's time to wake up. We all do this. It is time to wake up. It is time to realize. It is time. Please, it's time for you to be authentic you. Let it go. Let it go. You're doing more damage to yourself than you are helping yourself. The only thing is I can do is give you the tools. And you have to get ready and willing. Are you willing? It goes back to, are we willing? Are we willing? Are we willing? Are we willing? And if you're willing, I support you, and I'm right there to fight with you and take you through the steps so you can be authentic you. Okay? Let me go over these steps real quick, the 3 steps, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will talk about more of the having a healthy emotion lifestyle, about being authentic, and I'm going to talk about, I had this great article from Watchman Nee and Witness Lee. It really intrigued me about the 3 parts of the spirit, consciousness, fellowship, and intuition, and the 3 parts of the soul, mind, emotion, and will. I really want to read this to you guys because it has something about the heart and the purpose of man, and also it has some, I know a lot of you don't read the Bible or anything like that, but there are some references in this. It really intrigued me. And however, like I said, if you have an open mind and you've been watching, I thank you for watching, because no matter what I'm saying, and even if I read the scriptures or impart in scriptures, understand, please let the abundance of the Most High God, even if you're Muslim, let Allah come in and allow God, because to me, God is called by many names, but he is still God. There's only one God. You are little gods, but you are not the creator, the master crafter that put you in thought and created you. And if you remember Psalms 139, go back and read it so you know who you are. Because believe me, the enemy knows who you are, and he believes it, and he knows it's straight and factual, and he knows it can't be taken away. That's why it is chaotic, and that's why you're going through what you're going through. But also, we are in control. We are the gatekeepers of the mind, and it's time to renew and restore our mind, and have our faith base, and have our belief, and be strong on our throne, and quit having other people influencing us that are having the same problems as us, and we're going through the same boundary, and then we're left with all this weight. It's easy to clean your body, but it's a lot of work to get that respect back, and to get this shut off. But if you got the support, You got the support from me. You got the support for those who really do care about you to walk in your authentic you, okay? So we are going to talk about that tomorrow night. I probably will come on tomorrow in the morning, real quick, not as long, but real quick just to say hello, and however the Spirit leads me. But let me go over this real fast. All right. Once again, I'm just going to go over the questions about clearing your guilty conscience. Okay, the 3 steps once again was, I'm just going to read the 3 steps. 3 steps were realizing that you can't clear a guilty conscience all on your own. That means get in your find your spiritual belief, find your faith. Stand ground on it. Be obedient and worship and pray. Prayer's everything. Meditation's everything. It's very important to have that discipline, because you start shifting. Things start going. No human being can be your spiritual walk. You have to do the spiritual walk. You have to implement that tool in your life. That's very important. Even in children, very important. You know, that's a part of wholeness, part of peace, part of love. Not love from another human being and things of that nature. I'm not telling you not to love anybody, because love is an infinite, unconditional, and it speaks without words. It moves. It has, the action of it. Care. The word care is something so wonderful to me, because it has not been abused. It has not been tainted the way love is. God's love is very infinite, and it can never be tainted. Never can be poisoned. It's a feeling that's overwhelming. It will blind you. If you really know love. Love is so speechless. Love does not yell. Love does not fight. Love does not judge. It is so speechless. It's a awe. It's a euphoria. It's a bliss. So that's when you know it's love. Love is when you are in a relationship and you don't even got to speak, and they know what you're saying. That connection is the most wow, and you can even love yourself like that when it's euphoria about having the Most High God in your life and having that presence. And every day before you get that task, I don't care if you got to get up. And I say this, here goes my habit. I say, I don't care if you got to get up at 5 in the morning. That means get up at 5 in the morning, or get up an hour before and just sit still and just pray. Be thankful. Even if you don't pray, wake up and just say, I thank you. 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 I thank you for what I do have. I thank you for our life. I thank you for, I'm great. I thank you for where I'm at right now. And even in the lesson, even if you feel like you're in a pit, say thank you. Because you're going to come out of that pit real quick. If you say, I know that I am blah, blah, blah. I am this. I do have. I am grateful. Change it. Not, I can't. Do not say I can't. We don't know everything. We're always quick with someone's conversation when I already know. I know that. Well, if you know that, why am I even saying it? If you know that, if you know everything, I don't need to tell you how to market, plan, business, anything. You already know. Think about it. Every struggle that we've been through, every suffering, every burial, every death, every resurrection, we make it through. What you're going through is a recycling that needs to be recycled, like they do bottles and everything we recycle. You got to throw that garbage away. Spit out. Eat the good fruit. Eat the good vegetables. Throw away the bad. Eat the good meat. Throw away the bad. Don't take it back. Don't give and take it back. Don't take the whole thing and swallow it. That brings confusion. Okay? So, 2, believe that God has removed your sins and thus your guilt. Okay? 3, confess your daily sins to God and to people. Remember, I said be careful. Why? For relational forgiveness. It's called relational forgiveness. A couple of verses reveal our need to confess to people. And sometimes you got to go to the person. There was a scripture, I think it might be Matthew's, if I remember, when it was telling you to go to thy brother and speak first. Speak to your brother, and if it doesn't work, then you go to the pastor or to the leader and have that mediator. We got to make sure we have a strong mediator in between a conversation. Also, too, take the plank out People need, we all need to take the plank out of our eyes sometimes. You know, we quick to always say something about somebody else or judge or quick to go off about something. But why don't you take the plank out your eye, your own eye, so you can see that the other person's plank is in their eyes or sawdust in their eye and it needs to be removed. Take the plank out of each other's eye so then you can see what's really going on in yourself and the situation and the lesson of it all. Take the plank out. That's it. But I hope everyone, you know, I hope you get the whole feed because we had technical error. But even if you just get this amount of feed, I just want to say I thank you for those that have watched tonight. I will come on for probably a quick hour in the morning, and then I am going to take care of a task, and then I'll be back at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. You know, because I'm a mother and I got stuff to do during the day, but I do want to do a wake-up call in the morning to you and wish you happy Sunday and say good morning. And more than likely that tomorrow morning, I'm just going to get up and give you a word or two spiritually and declare some things on those of your lives. And then we'll get back into learning and opening doors to the mind of becoming the authentic you and building a nation within you. I just want to say I thank you for watching. I love you, each and every single one of you. I don't care if it was one person tonight, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. It don't matter to me. As long as it reaches someone's heart and someone's mind. But I thank you all for the support. Like I said, I don't do it for value of fame. I don't do it for anyone's approval. I do it because it's for the favor of God in his eyes and for my walk and my passion. This is my passion, to see those free. And when you're free, I'm free. And that's the whole key for me from the bottom of my heart. And it's not about my titles of what I have now that's on my life. You know, when I shed, when I transcend in life, and we all transcend and go on our next journey, because death is not the end. But know that while we're here on this abode of this beautiful earth, that which we was given, regardless if we see pollution, it's still a beautiful earth. And every time we wake up every day, we still have hope to clean this up, to clean ourselves up, to change the vibration, to change the energy. And no matter what, we have the freedom of prayer. Our prayer is our armor. Our worship is our armor. Loving ourselves is our armor. Don't let no one tell you different. Once again, my name is Amelia Bryant, also known as Emmy Woo, of Reflection Talk Radio. Yes, I'm a prophetess. Yes, I'm a minister. Yes, a DDD, which is a doctor in divinity. And it is all a title, but I am just a vessel for the Most High God to use and emanate the message. And with my testimony, I hope someone breaks through, because I want you healed, I want you restored, and I want your nation and your community to be such a beautiful community within, so you can help out to the people that is assigned to you and for your dream and your passion, because dreams are outwardly, awakenings are inwardly. So I want your inward awakenings to awaken you. I want every key and every gate to awaken that God had gifted you with. And I want it to emanate, open, and blossom, so that your dreams that you dream outwardly, the visions that was given to you, and the creativity. So once you're awakened inwardly and it emanates outwardly, that your dreams become reality. I thank you once again. I love you all. Let's build a nation within your nation for you to be authentic you. This is Beyond the Mirrors TV, Refraction, Reflection, TV talk radio show. I love you. Be blessed. God bless you all. Good night. Enjoy your Saturday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with a word. I love you. Peace.